Hey, everybody. It's Ahira Smith here, the Grief Mending Coach. Happy Friday to each and every one of you. Just touching base. I know that I have been away from this platform for a little while and just been working on some stuff, working on myself. I know everybody can relate on some level regarding that, but I hope everybody's well. I hope everybody had a good first week in the month of September. I just wanted to touch base with you all in regards to an important subject that definitely needs to be addressed. We need to have conversations about. For those of you who may not know, September just happens to be the National Suicide Prevention Month. It's unfortunate that we actually have such things, but this month was designated to help educate and talk with people about suicide prevention, also, but more importantly, to destigmatize suicide, grief, and loss. I recently have been in contact with some people who unfortunately have lost a loved one by suicide, and it has resonated with me to such great lengths to where I wanted to come on here and talk with you all just very briefly, just to let you know that my services as a grief coach is definitely available to each and every one of you who is dealing with a heavy loss such as suicide. It's one of those topics that is not spoken about. It's very much still taboo. And unfortunately, the numbers for those who have committed such act or even attempted it has been a very alarming since the pandemic. Just to kind of give you guys a little bit of some statistics that I did find out about regarding suicide itself. It's pretty alarming, but suicide attempts for high school age, especially for African American youth, from both male and female, have rose 73%. 73% of African American youth at high school age, that's from grades 9 to 12, the numbers of the percentage is 73%. That's from 1991 to 2017. Also, African American age males, grades 9 through 12, have had the highest increase in attempts of suicide between 1991 and 2019. To give you a more specific percentage, that's 162% increase in terms of suicide attempts by African American males, high schoolers, grades 9 through 12. And the number has also increased with females of the same grades by 62%. Now, why am I talking to you all about this, especially when it pertains to our youth? Because we had a lot of kids have gone back to school, whether it's high school starting this week or it's been in session a couple of weeks. Even we had a lot of students, a lot of kids have gone back to school to college. And I just want to let you know that though they may be away from you, they're not too far from you to where you can reach out and help them, or if nothing else, find resources that could help you to have these really tough, difficult conversations because they are needed. The last thing you want to do is get word of somebody that you know and love has attempted or unfortunately has died by suicide. There's not going to be any answers that can help with that type of pain or come to some type of closure regarding the loss. And so, what I would like for you all to do is just be more intentional and engaging regarding that, because it is very important that we have this discussion. It's important. It really, really is. And I know for me, the last couple of years, the conversations that I've had with young people and some older people have been very much in this realm of suicide. I recently talked with somebody who mentioned to me about a particular institution that had not one, not two, but three people who unfortunately died by suicide. Or, that was the reality. And that was all within 1 year. How do you address that? How do you talk about that that decision that was made by that person to where they've gone to such great lengths to where they only felt the way to end it was by doing by die by suicide. You know, it's about learning the language as well as far as how to talk about this topic. Again, it's still very much taboo. Though people don't know how to console those who have lost a loved one by that. I know for me, I still struggle talking, finding the right language to help those who have lost a loved one by suicide, whether it was recent or something that had taken place years past. And so I just want to let everybody know that there is help out there available. I talk about grief and loss, but I also talk about resilience. I also talk about interpersonal relationship skills. I also talk about different strategies that are in alignment with your strength to help you, whatever type of grief you're going through. And so, for those of you who have yet to book an appointment with me, I just want to let you know that I am offering a special 20% off for first time conversations, visits, however people want to phrase it. But for me, I want to offer a service for you all that will help you and at least get you in the right frame or at least put you on track to start engaging in these conversations, especially with our young people, because we don't know what they're dealing with while they're away at school. You know, you may be home, working from home, working in an office somewhere, and they're working too, but you just don't know what people are going through. So I definitely want you to reach out to myself or somebody who can assist you, or just, you know, be encouraged and also perhaps give you some tools that can, you know, motivate you to really start having that dialogue, start destigmatizing that of suicide, grief, and loss. It's important. So I just want to come out here really briefly and just talk about it. And regardless if it's somebody who's died by suicide or somebody who's grieving the loss of a loved one who might have transitioned for whatever reason, or even if it's a loss of a job or, you know, that of a relationship, you know, that's why I'm the grief mending coach. I'm definitely here to help you all. But please, if you know somebody who is struggling and needs some type of support, yet they just don't know where that support is or find the right words to have these types of conversations, reach out to me. Again, 20% off for first time visitors, one on one sessions. Visit my website from grievetolife.com, or you can also inbox me on Facebook, or you can go to my YouTube channel and reach out to me as well, because I definitely there's an uptick, unfortunately, regarding um, such losses. I know recently there has been a tragic shooting in Georgia. I have some friends, colleagues, classmates who live in Georgia and near the vicinity who are educators, and somebody unfortunately took it upon themselves to go in there and do a heinous crime. And that can be a trigger for some people to where they may think of other ways of coping. And so, again, I just want to put myself out there to offer a safe space for you to talk and to be encouraged regarding this, because it is important. Everybody is dealing with something. I'm dealing with something. You're dealing with something. And so it's important for us to be able to find that comfort, that space to where we can just really be at ease and talk about what's going on. And more importantly, having somebody on the other side of that table or next to that chair who are just in that place of sitting. So we just have to be intentional. We got to learn, we got to talk, we got to speak more intentional about helping one another. So again, I just want to come on here briefly for a few moments to talk about it. But you know, for those of you who don't feel comfortable and they just rather inbox me, please do so. It's strictly confidential. Nothing will be posted. But I definitely want to just put it out there and say that you're not alone, that there are people here to support you, and that we'll get through it together. We really will. So just stay encouraged. And I hope you all have a great weekend. I hope it stays positive and productive. And just stay well, okay? Take care and have a great weekend. Bye bye.